All right, so now let's personalize your event to your desired preferences. With that said, do you have specific colors that you want to include for your reception? Now, some cool things that we can do once I understand this information is uplighting. If you're not familiar with uplighting, I'll present a video here shortly. But uplighting is essentially lighting that kind of like this blue lighting. Oh, sorry, this blue lighting that's behind me. But normally it's a beam of light that goes up the wall, and it normally goes all throughout your whole room of where your reception is held. And it really creates a unique and modern look to your reception. All right. Now, what most DJs do, and sometimes even the banquet facility itself may provide these, but normally what they do is they just leave those on what they call static, and that's static mode is just simply leaving it one color, whatever your desired color is, and then it stays to that color. The other option, and what I normally do with my event lighting, especially up lighting, is to not have it on the whole time. And normally, what I like to do is as the first dance begins, so prior to the first dance, I won't use any uplighting at all. And I'd say most DJs would probably disagree with that. But what that does is it creates an intensity whenever you do bring up your uplight. So, considering your first dance song is a special dance, I want to bring up the uplighting during that section of the night. And whenever I do that, I'll gradually bring them up in normally your colors, and that really incorporates you and your relationship and everything that you've brought together for that night. Kind of incorporates into the whole venue at that point as you see it kind of light up your venue, and it's just really cool. Really impactful. I've seen, just having little accents like this, I've seen people cry on. It's that impactful that it's just like, wow, what just happened? Because everyone's looking around, and it's just really neat to see. Okay, so that's normally what I like to do, and then later on in the evening, we can certainly incorporate that lighting into the dancing portion too. So we'll probably use multiple other colors at that point. But for your first dance, I would specifically like to do it in your colors. So it really highlights everything that you've wanted into your dance. Okay. All right. So again, we were talking about theme or style before. Once we have that understanding, we can again incorporate different things into your event to ensure that it really meets what you're looking for, right? And so one of those things may be more of a romantic style. We can certainly do that. More of a club style, a luau, formal, whatever that looks like to you. Let me know, and we'll incorporate that all throughout all these activities to ensure that it really kind of ties nicely together. Okay? Now, this doesn't happen so much anymore, but in the past, I'm going to say probably about 10 years ago, it seemed like it was starting to become a trend that people wanted different video presentations done actually at the reception. So, and what this looked like was it may start off with the groom from young to where they are today, and then the bride young from where they are today, and then together. And what it is just pictures, a picture slideshow of this. Now, we can certainly do this for you. So if you have interest in that, simply reach out to me and I can guide you through the process on that. But what we can do is actually incorporate that into your reception if you want. Normally, if I do that, I'm going to do that normally around the meal portion, because everybody's kind of sitting at that point anyway, and it just gives them something else to do. Another way that you can implement it as well is create this picture slideshow, and you can put it near a gift table, as guests are coming in and just kind of talking to each other. This gives them kind of something to talk about and view at your wedding reception. Okay, So again, just kind of a cool idea that you can incorporate into your reception. Another thing is creating a special message. Now, with the special message, there's so many things that you can do, but I'm going to give you one really cool scenario that you can do. And again, keep in mind that you can do this however you want, but here's just one scenario of how you can use a special message. All right. So I could potentially get a message from the groom prior to, and what we do is we actually pre-record that message, and maybe it's a more personal message, and it could be to the bride. And what I do with this information is I take that pre-recorded message and I can actually incorporate that, let's say, into your first dance song. And the neat thing about that is, as the two of you are dancing, it will actually be in your voice and kind of intertwined actually in your first dance song. And it just brings a lot of emotion, a lot of memories, and a lot of excitement around it, and really personalizes it specific to your wants and needs. So again, there's a lot of different things that we can do with the special message. Don't I know it's kind of hard to think outside the box on that, but if you want any specific ideas or suggestions around that, simply give me a call or text me, and I'll be happy to highlight more of those different opportunities and different areas that we can use that in, because it does really personalize your event and gives you a lot of opportunity for just that personalization. I think is ultimately what it comes down to, and emotion. Okay. And then creating a love story. What we can do is we can create something called a love story. And this takes a little bit of time on your side as well as mine. But this is one of those things that I can take some general information from you. I have like a guided outline of what this looks like. But I can take some of that information from you and about you and your relationship. And what I do is I create kind of a funny love story that I'll actually read at your event. And again, it's just a great way to spotlight the two of you. Totally up to you. I'm going to say most people don't do it. By far, most people don't do it, but you're more than welcome to if that's something that you have interest in. And I would be happy to take care of that for you guys. Okay. And then finally, props. If you've seen like before, sometimes DJs will bring like YMCA type props or inflatable guitars or inflatable microphones, stuff like that. We can certainly do that kind of thing. Some people think it's cheesy, some people think it's fun. So it's totally up to you and what your interests are. But I'm going to say more times than not, people don't really use those at a wedding per se. But again, I want you to personalize it and make it your own. So this is just some things that you can do, and you can just let me know what interests you, and I can certainly find that. Now, one thing that kind of go along with the props, this is kind of a little outside of props, but we can also incorporate those foam glow sticks. And they're really cool for events like this because you get people on board. Oftentimes what I do is I'll throw them out to your guests. And it's a really great way to bring energy to the night and some additional lighting on the dance floor, and just incorporates a lot of fun into your event. So if you're interested in that as well, simply let me know and I can incorporate that into your event too. Okay. And then of course, as I've mentioned before, the internet is a popular place for ideas and suggestions. YouTube's a great resource for this. So if there's anything that you've seen at events that you've been at or things that you've found online, simply let me know and we can definitely incorporate that into your event as well. All right. All right. Well, on to the next section then. Thank you.